Live your life within the moment, moment. And don't go wait until the morning, morning. You never know when it is over, over. All that I know is we'll get older, older. So let us dance this night away, older.
Good morning and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well and looking forward to today's episode. It is pretty early morning, as you can see behind me, and I am on my way to the farmer's market. Every week I have really enjoyed putting flowers in my craft studio. I have a really beautiful vase on my table and I have been putting flowers in there and refreshing them every single week. Typically I get them from like Trader Joe's because it's easy to pick up and they're cheap when I go out grocery shopping. But I thought today that we would head out to the farmer's market to pick up some flowers and some other goodies. There's a person there that sells arugula that I'm really hoping I can pick some of that up. There's another person that makes lots of pickled veggies, and so I'm hoping they have some pickled onions because I would love to make that avocado toast that I had in the last video. And then we'll see what else we find. And then once we're done with the market, I'll come back here, put things away, put the flowers in the vase, and then we're going to head back out because we have a full day of fun and I'm bringing you guys along for it all. And it's not going to be just today. You're going to be hanging with me all day tomorrow too. So I hope that you guys are looking forward to this video and just hanging with me for the next couple of days. I really do think that it's going to be fun. So let me go ahead and get my farmer's market bag. I do want to take some water with me, get some comfortable shoes on, and then I will meet you at the market. I know there's a lot of new people here that may not know this, but I used to live in this building right in front of me before I moved in with Mark. I loved it. Had a little balcony so you could see the city, especially at nighttime. You could see the fireworks when the baseball game was going on right from my balcony. It was right here. That one. Well, I'm back from the farmer's market and it was so nice. It was just lovely to be out there before all the crowds got there and before it got too hot. It's supposed to be in the 90s today, which is just insane. It is way too soon for that. And so it was nice to be able to get out early, beat the crowds, beat the heat, and then get back home. And I still have the entire day ahead of me. And so as you saw, the flowers today were epic. They had such a great selection. These here, I think, are just so beautiful with the little pops of yellow. And then they're just kind of giving off a little pastel-y vibe. I just thought that it would be really pretty to bring those into this space. And then the other ones, those big, massive peonies in that deep burgundy, deep red color, just gorgeous. When I saw them, I just kind of gasped for a minute because I've never seen that color in a peonies before. I don't know if any of you have either, but when I saw them, I thought that they would be beautiful down in the kitchen because we have little pops of that color around the space. And so I think it's just going to be really pretty to walk into the kitchen and see those flowers on our little dining room table in our little corner nook. So I am actually about to head back out. Like I said, I have the whole day, which is going to be really fun. I'm going to meet Rosin. We're going to go out to lunch and then we're going to catch a movie. We actually went to the movies last weekend and saw Project Hail Mary. And then today we're going to go see You, Me, and Tuscany. So I hear it's really good. Rosin is not a rom-com girly, but I did text her earlier in the week to see if she would just be interested in checking it out. And to my surprise, she said that she wanted to see it. So we're going to go and do that this afternoon. I also would love to stop by the mall and just to see if I can find a couple of little things to wear, like casual things. I have in my closet what I call like occasional wear. Like if I'm going out to dinner or drinks, if I have an event, I'm going on vacation, I am set. I have clothes for all of those things. And then for all the things that I just kind of lazy around the house in, old t-shirts, old sweatshirts, old sweatpants, pajama bottoms, got that covered. But the things for the in-between, for going to grab coffee or going to the movies or just like little casual daytime things, that's what I need. So I'm hoping to find maybe a couple of tops, maybe a couple of just simple dresses. And then of course I can dress those things up and give them a little bit of personality with some accessories. So we're going to try to do that. And then if I can squeeze getting into the Pottery studio a little bit later on this afternoon, I want to go and pick up some more clay. And then there is a project that I want to do for my closet doors. I'm going to make my own handles. I'd mentioned this on my newsletter and I just have not been able to find any door handles, knobs, whatever you want to call them, for this door. And I just feel like, I'm not going to like go out to Home Depot or Lowe's and buy just a generic door for these gorgeous doors that we created. I'm just going to make some myself. And I have a really cool and funky, you guys probably are going to think I'm a little crazy, but I have a really cool idea that I want to make out of clay. So I'm going to try to bring some extra clothes with me so that I can go over to the Pottery studio, maybe work for like an hour, and then later on this evening, Mark and I are going out to dinner. So it's a very full day. I'm really, really excited about it. So I want to talk to you guys about 3 things before I head out. First, let me take a sip of coffee. My throat is so dry. I promise I didn't do that on purpose, but this mug, this is a mug that I have been truly wanting for the longest time. There is a creator that I have found on socials. Her name is Taya, and her brand is called The Turmeric Times. When I first found her, she only had a few thousand followers, and I had purchased a mug from her long ago, which you guys have seen on this channel. I'll go ahead and pop up a picture here so it can kind of remind you what that mug is. And so over the last probably 1.5 to 2 years, she's gained a huge following, up to like, I think 500,000 now. And so she has been drinking constantly out of a mug that looks like this. And so I saw in her comments, a couple of people have asked, was she going to make that specific mug for one of her next drops? And she said that she would. Well, she was supposed to have a drop back in December, but she she had some problems with the kiln. She's supposed to have another one in February. Something happened with that. And then she just recently had another drop where this mug was included. And I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get it because, again, she has like now over 500,000 followers. And I know just being one person, she didn't have a ton of inventory, but I was able to snag it and I love it so very much. It's just a one of a kind. And she added this little tassel. And so I really think that I am going to just hand wash this mug just so that I don't have to take off this tassel because I think it's really cool. She put it on there and I just honestly don't want to take it off. So love this mug so much. Remember when I was in Paris and I went to one of the flea markets, or the brocantes as they call them there in Paris, and I saw that locket and the seller of the locket said that it was €4. So I thought that he was saying that it was €4 to buy the locket. But what he was actually saying is that the locket was made for euros. And so here is the locket, and inside are some euros that I had left over from the trip. Very cool, right? And so I've been trying to find somebody to engrave it for me, and I just have not been able to find anyone. I checked with somebody on Etsy. I've checked with a couple of local jewelers around here, and I just have not been able to find anyone. So Mark was able to find like this little etcher for metal. And so I had been practicing for a long time. And then I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to go ahead and etch it. And I wish that I would have captured it on film, but I didn't. But I wanted to show you guys what it looks like. And hopefully you can see maybe there. So it says €4, and then it says the Paris Brocante, August 9th, 2025. I love it. I love it. I love it even more that it's in my own handwriting. I think it would have been cool to like get something, maybe like just like a little silver plaque or something stuck to the side of this. But I really love that I was able to etch it myself. And so now I want to find like a rope or string or a necklace or something to hang this on, because now I can finally, after all this time, wear it. So I wanted to show you guys that because I know so many of you saw that video or found me because of that video. And so I wanted to kind of do a full circle moment about this little charm. And then speaking of Paris, this is the last thing. I saw these earrings while I was there, and I didn't buy them at the time because I had already spent way too much money. But I continued to follow the maker online on her Instagram. And a few weeks ago, she had this flash sale on her live. And I've never been on her live. I don't really do a lot of lives. I don't really watch a lot of them, but I saw hers and she was like, for the next 15 minutes, everything on the site is 60% off with this code as a thank you for being on this live. And so I ended up finally getting the earrings, and aren't they gorgeous? I just love that they don't match. They're not matchy-matchy. They like complement each other, but I just think they are just the cutest things. And I think it'll just bring just a little, you know, razzle dazzle to your just outfits. And so, you know, today when I'm out at the mall, I want to find some things. It's probably going to be just, you know, little basic things that, you know, cotton dresses, cotton tops that I can wear out here in this heat. But it's like little things like this that you can put with your outfits to really just kind of elevate them a little bit. I love these, love them. And of course it came with a lovely handwritten note that you guys know I absolutely love and adore. So, all right, let me get going. I have like 5 minutes before it's time for me to meet Rosalind. And of course I'm bringing you guys along. So I will meet you at the movie theater.
the real gift.
Salute! Oh, that's beautiful. That's so nice.
Just know I couldn't have done it without you guys.
The movie was really cute. Was it cheesy? Yes, but it's supposed to be. It's a rom-com, but it was really cute. So now that that's over, we are gonna head over to the mall. I do have a couple of things that I wanna take back, and then like I said earlier, I wanna see if I'm able to find some things that I can just wear casually throughout the day. So let's go to the mall. Just a complete bust. Every single store that I went into had these like summer sweaters, which I just don't get, especially here in North Carolina, because it is currently 93 degrees outside. I do not want a sweater near me anytime soon, probably not till like November, December. Why these fashion buyers think that here in North Carolina we want to wear sweaters, and I don't care if they have like holes in them, because that just means you got to wear something underneath. So now I have on a tank and then a sweater on top of that. I'm just going to be extra hot. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. They also had lots of long sleeves. They did have some long sleeve linen, but I was looking for more of like, you know, short sleeve tanks and t-shirts and shirts and little cute little cotton dresses. Nowhere to be found. So I don't think I'll have time to do it today, but maybe tomorrow we can do some online shopping to see if I can find some things that I'm currently looking for. So now that I'm done shopping a little sooner than I was expecting, that means that I can really go over to the Pottery studio. So I did bring a change of clothes, and so I'm just going to change into some, you know, little crappy clothes that I can wear to the studio so that I can get some more clay and then work on the doorknobs that I was telling you guys about, which you're going to be very surprised to see what they are, but I think it's going to be really cool. So what a bummer. I was really hoping to find something, but okay, I will see you guys over at the studio. All right, I am back from the Pottery studio and I'm running a little behind. Our reservations are at 7 o'clock and it's like 6:15, and so I got to get going because it's going to take like 40 minutes to get there. So I'm just going to make the outfit tonight just really easy. I put on this little blouse that I love. I just love the collar. I love the little bow. Believe it or not, this came from TikTok shop. It was like $25. I'll definitely link it in the description box if it's still available. So I'm gonna wear the top, the jeans, and then I have like these little leopard print mules that I've worn a ton. You guys have seen me wear them a lot here on the channel, so I think I'm just gonna put those on, make it easy. I changed out my earrings. Luckily, my makeup is still makeuping thanks to this stuff here. I'm telling you, you put it on and it will keep your makeup on all day long. Literally, this is proof. I've been out in the heat, sweating, literally been out all day, have not changed up my makeup. So I'm just gonna kind of take off some of the shine off of my forehead, aka sweat, and get going. Probably pick out a perfume. What do I want to wear? I think I'm just going to wear my Baccarat Rouge. It's my favorite. 9 times out of 10, if I ever get to meet you in person and you hug me, this is what I have on. So just gonna put some of that on and we're going to get going. So I'll meet you guys downtown Raleigh at Death and Taxes. Early, and I see there's a little plant store right here on the corner, so I'm just gonna go in, see if I can find anything real quick. Hi. Good, how are you? Amazing. It's a video. Let's go. What do you think I'm gonna say?
So good.
It's so good. It's so weird because when you taste it, once you take the sip, it actually tastes like cereal milk. It's weird to say, it is so delicious.
It is honeycomb milk cereal infused cocktail.
Yeah.
And it tastes literally like honeycomb cereal in milk.
It does.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. my own.
By his own.
My own.
Good morning. So yesterday it was 93 degrees. Today it is 65, and this is my type of weather. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the dogs are barking. There's a nice cool breeze, and it is just so lovely out this morning. So I got up and I made my favorite matcha. I'm telling you, that strawberry matcha, I've been drinking it all week. I absolutely love it. Made it with that avocado toast that I had in last week's video from getting some of that arugula and the pickled onions from the farmer's market, a little hot honey. Chef's kiss. It really was so good. And then I did some shopping, online shopping, since we didn't have any luck yesterday at the mall. Decided to do just a little, scrolling to see what I could find. I did find some things at Banana Republic, a couple things at J. Crew, a couple little dresses for now as well as for vacation that's coming up in several weeks. So overall, it's been a really great morning, and so I thought that I would come out to the garden. And this garden, if you guys were here last summer, my parents came to visit us and they planted this gorgeous perennial garden. Perennial meaning that the plants that they planted will just keep coming back every single year, and I don't have to come in here and replant every spring and summer like I typically do. And so many of the things that they planted have come back. There's still several things that, still need some more time, but just looking around, it all looks really, really good. And I just now need to do my part, which is just making sure that I get all the weeds up and just get the beds cleaned out so that the plants that are in there just have room to grow and just be even bigger and beautiful than they were last year. So I thought that I would spend some time out here and clean up the garden bed, do some weeding, get everything nice and pretty and ready for this upcoming spring and summer. And then we're gonna go upstairs a little bit later on and do some pottery, which I'm very excited for. I wanted to explain what I made yesterday in the pottery studio and also present another project to you guys. So I'm gonna take some time, maybe a couple hours out here, and then we'll go inside and work on some pottery. But I'm looking forward to this. This is gonna be really nice. That breeze, oh, it feels so good. All right, let's get to work. Dad, everything is ready for you to come down and finish up. Kidding, not kidding. But I think everything looks really good. I think just the cleanup alone has made such a big difference. And so we're just gonna continue this project, not today, but I do want to get a lot more of this pebble rock to go around all of our stepping stones. I think that'll just make the flooring look really good. We also have a lot of planters that I want to, maybe next week, we'll go and get some really beautiful, colorful flowers to put into all of the planters. And then also, I have this basket here of all of the herbs that we planted last year. The chives have come back. There was something else that was in there that looked completely dead, like it wasn't coming back. So I think that that was dead, at least I hope so. And I'm gonna go ahead and add some new herbs to the planter. But honestly, I think it's looking really, really good. All right, let's go and work on some clay now upstairs. I'm really excited to show you guys what I have planned. All right, so yesterday you guys saw me create a horse, and you're probably wondering, what the heck am I thinking? But this horse is going to be the doorknobs for my closet doors. And for my doors, I have just really been trying to find something that has been like whimsical and fun. I didn't want just traditional doorknobs on the door. I didn't even want like the handle pull on the door. I just wanted something fun and different. And the more and more that I was just scrolling and not finding anything, I realized I need to make this myself. So what I am going to do, I think this is just going to be the coolest thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut him in half. And so the front part of the horse is going to be the doorknob for the left side of the door. And then the back part of the horse will be the doorknob to the right side of the door. Of course, when they're together, he'll look complete just like this. But then when they're apart, you'll either see the front or the back half. And I just think that's going to be really, really cool. And so I'm going to put like a little plate on the back of each piece so that I can drill a hole into the back. And then once everything is nice and dried and glazed and out of the kiln, then I will take a screw and epoxy that into the back plate. So then I will drill a hole through both of the doors. And then with that screw that's epoxied on the back of each part of the horse, that will fit into the hole that I drill into the closet door. And then I will bolt it on the back so that they both are secure. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. We shall see. But I just really, really loved it. I found like a really whimsical horse online. I cut it out. I then kind of made it as a template so that I could have this horse. But then just from, I just decided instead of making it plain, I was just going to go ahead and add the saddle. So in terms of glazing, I think I want to try to make the saddle look like brown leather. And then I think for like the little cloth, the little blanket that goes underneath the saddle, I'm either going to do like red and cream stripes, or maybe I can do like a checkered pattern or something on there just to add a little bit of design. And then for the horse, I have this other piece that I made a while ago, but it kind of is like this, almost the same kind of mustardy brown yellow that's in the room. So I think this glaze is going to be the glaze that the whole horse is going to be. But then, like I said, the saddle and then the blanket, I'm going to use some underglazing and do some painting and add just a little bit of color for that door. So I think it's going to be very cool if it turns out. I'm really trying to baby it as much as possible because any little crack or, if I'm trying to rush it, there's a potential that this could get damaged, and I really don't want that. So I'm going to allow him to dry for a little bit longer as we start another project. that I think is just going to be really special. And then I'll get started on this other project, and then we'll cut him in half and just allow him to dry for a little while. Probably in the next week's video, you'll see me taking this back to the pottery studio and putting him into the kiln for the first time. But I think it's going to be very cool. So the second project is, I was watching TikTok the other day, and I happened to see this person that went to this event. And they went to this event, and what happens is they'll give you like wine and a snack, and then you have a craft. And so this craft this time was drawing. And so what they each got a pad of paper, they got some colored pencils, crayons, markers, all sorts of things. And what they did, or what the prompt was, is draw your childhood home from scratch, from your memory. And they all thought it was just very cool. And it was just cool to see all the different houses that everyone created. It was just a really cool experience to see. And that got me thinking that I want to do something very similar. So I want to recreate my childhood home using clay. We're going to try. And so this is a picture. This is not the coloring of the house back when we lived there, but this is my childhood home. And I lived there until I was in the 8th grade. At the end of my 7th grade year, we moved to the house my parents are in right now. But this is our childhood home. And so what I have done is cut out lots of different slab pieces here that I'm going to hopefully put together and create a miniature version of my childhood home. I might even create my tree. And I don't want it to be too big. Maybe just like, just a little house, but I think that it would just be really cool and very special to put up over on my shelves behind you guys. So that is what I'm going to be working on today. By no means, this project is not going to be finished today. This is going to be a weeks-long process, but I wanted to go ahead and start it today. And I do want to film every single portion of this project just so that you guys can kind of see it come to life. So it's going to take me several days probably to put it all together. It's going to take at least a week or two for everything to dry out. Then I have to get it into the kiln. Then I have to bring it back out. I have to paint it and glaze it back in the kiln. So it's going to be some time, but every week I want to show you guys the progress of this house, because if it does turn out, I think it's just going to be very cool. So I'm going to go ahead and get all of my supplies. I need to get like a little glass of water so that I can make some slip, which is like considered the glue. So I can glue all of these slabs together, and we're going to see if I can make my childhood home out of clay. So I just had an idea. What do you guys think? So I have the house and she's looking so good. I'm so obsessed with it. It's not even funny. But what I'm wondering is, all of the windows that I have put throughout the house, should I completely cut them out so that you can see inside of the house? Because on the bottom, there's nothing there. And so I would be able to put like a tea light or like a low light light bulb in the inside so that you can see through the windows. And then like, what about like at Christmas time, I could make like a little ceramic Christmas tree and then put it in the inside of the house. And then when it's lit, you can see in the window, you could see like the little Christmas tree. Isn't that cute? Should I do it? I don't know. So on this side of the house, this is the garage. So I don't believe that there was a window over there. Although a part of me feels like maybe there was, but I'm not going to put a window here. But on the other side of the house, there was a window on the side of the house because that was the kitchen window. And so the picture that I showed you guys when I did this room's reveal, when I had my birthday party, my 5th birthday party, there's like a big window that was right there by our kitchen table. That's here. I could even try to recreate like that kitchen table and even the curtains, because I have the print of the curtain. I could just like make this into my own personal dollhouse. I think I kind of love it. I think I love it. I think I'm going to do it. Let's just try.
Shine your light, cast away the shadows in the night. Take a chance today, 'cause you know it's gonna be alright. Shine your light, we all got fears we need to fight. Love yourself today. It's gonna be warm, stars that shine in the sky. Take no break till the morning light. We all got shit to do. And every time I wake, I try my best not to hesitate. We all got things we need to prove. Shine your light, cast away the shadows in the night. Take a chance today, 'cause you know it's gonna be alright. Shine your light, we all got fears we need to fight. Love yourself today, it's gonna be alright. Get up on your feet, it ain't always so easy when you've been feeling things so deeply. Love is all that you need. If you ain't giving, you're taking. So play that melody so sweetly. Shine your light, cast away the shadows in the night. Take a chance today, 'cause you know it's gonna be alright. Shine your light, we all got fears we need to fight. Love yourself today, it's gonna be alright. Love yourself today, 'cause you know it's gonna be alright.
Where has the time gone? Seriously, it is almost 7 o'clock. I have been working nonstop since I left the garden, which has probably been like, what, 6 hours? And this is what happens when I'm doing things that I just absolutely love, like pottery. I can just do it for hours and hours and hours without getting up, without any music, without the TV going on, without me remembering to drink some water. I can just like focus. It's just so therapeutic just to sit and work and make things with your hands. I absolutely love it. And I'm glad that I was able to capture this for you guys today. I'm absolutely in love with both of these projects. At the end, I made those little discs for the back of the horse. Unfortunately, he's not as dry as I thought that he would be by this time today, but that's okay. I'm just going to allow him to dry as long as it takes because I don't want there to be any cracks or any mistakes. But once he dries a little bit more, then I will attach those little discs that I just made to the back. And then, like I said earlier, once I get everything glazed and fired and everything is done, then I will epoxy a screw in the back of that hole that I made and then into the closet doors. I'm very excited. I really hope that it turns out how I want it to, because I think it's going to be really cool. And then for my house, I love it. I really do love it. I have not told my family that I was doing this, so they're going to be seeing it on this video firsthand, without seeing it, without even knowing about it. So I cannot wait to see what they think, because it's just really, really cool. I love the idea of opening up those windows so that you can see inside. And so right now I have like those big clumps of clay in the center, but that's just so that I can hold up the roof so it doesn't collapse. And so all of that chunkiness that I added inside will all be removed. And then in the inside, it's going to be completely empty, and I can do whatever I want in there. I can decorate. Like I said, maybe I can make my kitchen table for sure. I'm going to put in a Christmas tree in there, because Christmas is just really, really important to my family and I. It's just a holiday that we have really great traditions around, which you guys know from watching Vlogmas. And so I think having a Christmas tree and just decorating the house, maybe I can put some lights on the outside. Options are endless. I am so excited about it. And there's still a lot of work that I want to do. I think that I'm going to etch in the siding on the house. And I think, I'm not quite sure, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that I also want to etch all of the roofing. So I just want to make it as real as possible. But I think it's just going to be amazing. And there's just like, there's so many cool things that I also want to add. I don't want to add it to the actual house, just because those things could just get lost and fragile and break off. So I think I'm just going to make little things, like there's little bushes that I want to put out there. One of my favorite things to do was to ride my big wheel around. So in front of the house, there was a sidewalk that attached to the driveway. And then down the center of the grass was another sidewalk that connected to the sidewalk that was, you know, for everybody who's just passing by in the neighborhood. And so there was basically a big square, and I would just ride my big wheel around and round and round. And so I thought it would be really cool to like make it like a little big wheel. Also, I had this red wagon that I love to ride in. And then I also like all of my dolls and stuffed animals. I would pull that. So thought about making like a little wagon and just, you know, just all sorts of little things that I remember specifically at my childhood home. I think it's just going to be really special to make, and then just kind of set and make this little scene once everything is done and glazed and up on the shelf over there. I think it's a really cool project, and I hope that you guys have enjoyed watching me make both of these things. It's very, very cool. Love it. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. I am going to let you guys go for the day. I hope that you guys have enjoyed hanging out with me for the last couple of days. We've had a lot of fun. We've packed a lot in these last couple of days, and I've really enjoyed it. And I hope that on your side of the screen, you have enjoyed it as well. So with that, I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day, of your Wednesday. I'm so sorry that this video got out to you a little bit late, but I will make it up to you, because not only do you have a video today, you'll have another one on this coming up Sunday. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, a great rest of your week. I will see you over on the newsletter on Friday at 10 a.m. and then right back here next Sunday, okay? All right, have a good one. Love you guys. Bye.